So if you're feeling overwhelmed by credit card debt, you are not alone. But there is a way forward. Debt usually creeps into our lives unexpectedly. It usually starts small with manageable purchases and gradually becomes a more significant burden. Before long, the weight of compounding interest can make the situation feel overwhelming, as if the debt is an unstoppable force working against you. I know how that feels. It is not fun, but there is a way out. Credit card debt is a common challenge, but it doesn't have to be a permanent one. And that's why we came up with a great debt escape plan. This structured approach is designed to help you break free from financial strain. Our 6-step strategy provides practical guidance to take control of your finances and eliminate debt. With careful planning and determination, you can overcome this challenge and pave the way to financial independence. So we're gonna look at our first section, understanding credit card debt. Credit card debt occurs when individuals borrow money using their credit cards and fail to pay off the entire balance before interest is applied. With average annual percentage rates, also known as APRs, ranging between 16% and 25%, even small balances can snowball pretty quickly if not addressed promptly. Everyday expenses, emergencies, and impulse purchases often lead to accumulating balances, which, combined with interest, can become very overwhelming. So what's the impact? The weight of credit card debt extends beyond finances. On the economic side of life, it reduces purchasing power, limits savings opportunities, and increases financial vulnerability. Psychologically, debt is often linked to stress, anxiety, and even depression as individuals grapple with the constant shadow of overdue payments. So why is it so overwhelming all the time for a lot of people? Debt becomes particularly daunting because of the minimum payment trap. Many credit card companies structure minimum payments to cover interest rather than principal amounts, which keeps the debt lingering for years. Add to this the stigma of financial struggles, and it's no wonder why so many people feel so stuck. So here we go. Here is phase 1, assessment. The first step in any battle is understanding your opponent. Begin by listing every credit card balance, interest rate, and minimum payment. You can do this on paper, you can do it on the computer in a spreadsheet, however you like, just make sure you do it. This inventory will provide a clear picture of your debt landscape and really see what's going on. You're also going to need to know your enemy. Forgive me for getting a little nerdy here, but imagine you're preparing for a space battle, charting the enemy's fleet. Each debt represents a formidable ship. By knowing the size and speed of each, you can prioritize your targets, setting the stage for a focused attack. So if you don't want it to be spaceships, you could also, if you've ever played Battleship 2, you're targeting. You got to know what to do. Phase 2, strategy selection. In another video, I went over the difference between the snowball method and the avalanche method. So if you want to learn a little bit more detail about that, you can check it out here. The debt snowball method involves paying off the smallest debts first while maintaining minimum payments on the larger ones. As smaller balances disappear, you gain momentum and confidence. There's also the debt avalanche method. This method prioritizes debts with the highest interest rate, saving you money on interest over time. There's also the hybrid approach, which you don't hear about as much. It's called the debt blizzard. It starts with the snowball method so that you can get some quick wins and then switches to the avalanche strategy for long-term savings. There are definitely pros or cons to each, so I really encourage you to watch that video that I mentioned earlier. When selecting a method, make sure you consider your personality and your financial situation. For example, are you motivated by small victories, or do you prefer the logic of saving on interest? Both methods work. The key is consistency. Phase 3, budgeting. A well-crafted budget is your navigational tool for financial freedom. A lot of people don't want to do it, but a budget is absolutely necessary. Track every dollar coming in and out and ensure you allocate your funds strategically. You'll want to think about the 50-30-20 rule too. Divide your income into 3 categories. 50% for necessities like housing, utilities, and food. 30% for wants like entertainment, dining out. And 20% for debt repayment and savings. This isn't actually a hardcore rule. This is a good starting place. You can adjust these percentages to custom fit your needs. And you can even put a lot more towards your debt repayment than 20% of your income, if that's what you prefer. That's what I would do. I would probably spend a lot less on wants and really focus on debt repayment. So just remember, you can use this 50-30-20 rule as a starting point, and you can really customize it for yourself. You can also use apps like Mint or You Need a Budget or spreadsheets to monitor spending. I don't personally use an app except for maybe the spreadsheets, Google Sheets or Excel or anything of that nature. That and good old paper is what I prefer. But really, it's up to you. Whatever works for you. Regularly reviewing expenses helps identify areas where you can save more money. Phase 4, and this one's tough for a lot of people, but it is possible. You gotta increase your income. If you want to make real progress and repay debts as fast as possible, you should always be looking for ways to increase your income. This might mean you need to think out of the box. You can consider side gigs like freelancing, delivering food, or selling unused items online. Even small, tiny contributions to your budget can accelerate your debt repayment. If possible at all, you'll want to seek any promotions that you can, negotiate raises, or look for higher paying job opportunities in your field. Investing in professional development often yields long-term financial benefits. You can also turn hobbies like writing, photography, or crafting into additional income streams. Platforms like Etsy, Fiverr, or Upwork can help you reach potential clients. If you want some more ideas, I have a video on 7 side hustles you can start with no money. I'll link that right here in the video and in the description. Phase 5, expense reduction. Okay, here's where things get serious. This is the most significant action you can take to make an enormous impact on your debt repayment. You must scrutinize your expenses. It's really important to differentiate between needs and wants. For instance, meal prepping can reduce dining out costs without sacrificing nutrition. This is often a point people really struggle with, but when it comes down to it, cooking at home is often cheaper than eating out. And it can be done if you are consistent and really have the willpower to do so. Sure, you'll lose the convenience, but you'll gain where it really counts in your bank account. You could also try the no spend challenge. Gamify saving by challenging yourself to spend only on essentials for a week or a month or however long you determine. Not only does this curb expenses, but it also kind of resets your spending habits. You can also repair items instead of replacing them, buy secondhand, and take advantage of coupons or cashback apps to stretch your dollars a little bit further. Every little bit counts. Phase 6, negotiation. You'll want to contact credit card companies to request lower interest rates or discuss settlement options. Although, be aware, settlement is not the best idea for you. It will cause you problems in the long run, so if you can, please try to discuss lower interest rates first. Many creditors are willing to work with you if approached proactively. That said, there are some credit card companies that will not lower your interest rate on purchases you've already made, but they may give you a new offer on lower interest rates for new purchases or balance transfers. So negotiation can actually be really intimidating. I know it's that way for me. I would not be surprised if it was that way for you too. You'll want to prepare by researching options, practicing conversations, and reminding yourself that seeking better terms is a very smart financial move. Not a sign of failure. Also, I have a few psychological strategies that may actually help you in the long run. You might consider creating a chart or graph that tracks your progress. Coloring in sections as you pay off debt can provide a tangible sense of achievement. Again, you could also just create some cool thing in a spreadsheet. You could also celebrate milestones. This is a pretty common one. Reward yourself by hitting key milestones like paying off your first credit card or reducing your debt by 25%. Choose small, budget-friendly treats that align with your goals. You could even try joining online forums or local groups focused on debt repayment. Sharing experiences and receiving encouragement can help contribute to keep you on track. So the Great Debt Escape Plan is your blueprint for financial liberation. By assessing your debt, selecting a repayment strategy, budgeting, increasing income, reducing expenses, negotiating with creditors, and staying motivated, you can conquer even the most daunting credit card balances. Beyond eliminating debt, these strategies lay the foundation for sustained financial wellness. With no debt dragging you down, you can focus on building savings, investing, and achieving your dreams. So now it's time to begin your journey. Remember, Every great adventure starts with a single step. Pick up a pen, list your debts, and commit to escaping the clutches of credit card debt once and for all. Financial freedom is within your reach. Grab it. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you made it all the way through, go ahead and click subscribe. I'd love for you to come back and see more videos. Also, if you're interested, I do still have that free interest rate tracker available on my website. You can find the link for that in the description. I'll see you next time.